Sing into the Pledge of Allegiance. Flags everywhere.
Front and back.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, roll call.
Jason Baker. Jim Dodrill.
Here.
Brian Ellis.
Here.
Tim Engel.
Here.
Dave Papa. Brian Holman. Vic Mays.
Here.
David Mills.
Here.
Jacob Pack. Ron Pauly.
Here.
Steve Perry.
Here.
Sarah Stewart. Here. Travis Willard.
Here.
Lynn Yeager. You have it.
Have a quorum for the record. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is review and formal action on the minutes of our meeting of March the 26th. I'm hoping everyone has had an opportunity to review those. And if you have, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Great.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is citizens' concerns. And folks, this is the time of the agenda where if you have any general concerns that you'd like to express to the commission, you're more than welcome to come forward and do that. This is not for items that are not already on the agenda. So the subdivision development and the zoning change, this is not the time for that. This is for anything else that you might have. All right. Looks like there's none. And now we'll go to the next item on the agenda, which is the Nine Oaks major subdivision development.
Good evening.
Hello. Oh, yeah. Before we do that, the first item, which I did forget last time, I think, is the opportunity for any members of the commission to disclose any conflicts they might have. It appears there are none, and now, sorry to interrupt you.
That's all right. So this application is for the proposed development of Nine Oaks subdivision, a 17-lot major subdivision located on an 8.56 acre parcel along Route 817 in Winfield on tax map 195, parcel 32. The applicant is Craig Brown on behalf of Pearl Gate Construction Company. This application is being reviewed pursuant to the authority granted under Section 100 of the Putnam County Subdivision Regulations, which governs major subdivision development within Putnam County. The property is located within a non-zoned area of Putnam County. The application and disclosure statement submitted on April 6, 2026 are included as Attachment A. A copy of the deed record is included as Attachment B. Randolph Engineering is serving as the project engineer for the proposed subdivision. A reduced copy of the preliminary plat submitted for approval is included as Attachment C. Randolph Engineering also submitted drainage design calculations and construction plans on May 6, 2026. The proposed stormwater management system includes underground detention below the proposed street and utilizes an existing drainage ditch that runs across Lot 17, which conveys runoff to an existing stormwater pipe on the adjacent property to the east. Putnam Public Service District will provide both water and sewer service to the development. The project includes a proposed 6-inch water main extension and the installation of a new fire hydrant along Route 817 just outside the subdivision. The Putnam County Office of Emergency Services has approved the subdivision name, Nine Oaks Subdivision, the street name Promise Way, and the associated addresses. Copies of the approval correspondence are included as Attachment D. A subdivision sign is proposed on Lot 1 within a designated easement area. The sign shall contain only the name of the subdivision, must remain outside of the required vision field, and will be maintained by the Homeowners Association pursuant to an easement agreement to be executed by the developer. With regard to floodplain considerations, Portions of Lot 12 and 14 are currently mapped within FEMA's 100-year floodplain, Zone AE. Randolph Engineering has indicated that those affected buildable areas are above the base flood elevation based upon topographic survey. And they have stated that a letter of map amendment or LOMA will be obtained. A printout from the West Virginia Flood Tool is included as attachment E. The county engineer, Lee McCoy, has reviewed and submitted materials and recommends approval of the preliminary plat as submitted. A copy of his recommendation letter is included as attachment F. Photographs of the site are included as attachment G. Legal notice requirements for this public hearing have been satisfied through publication in the Hurricane Breeze, mailing of notices to surrounding property owners within 100 feet, and a placement of a public hearing sign on the property. A copy of the certificate of publication is included as attachment H. Chapter 5 of the Putnam County Comprehensive Plan is included as attachment I. As of today, no public comments have been received regarding the proposed subdivision, and the proposed resolution 26-02 for the commission's consideration is included as attachment J. I'm available for any questions if you have them.
Anybody have any questions, staff?
Whereabouts is this actually located at?
This is down 817 outside Winfield, like towards, not Fraser's Bottom.
Towards Amos.
Towards Amos, yeah.
Is that up near the Dollar General in that area?
Like Fear on the Farm, Shawnee Estates area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. It's hard to tell.
The property where the body shop is there.
yes,
Yeah, I moved it.
Greg Klein's.
Yeah, right across from
Gotcha.
subdivision.
It's hard to tell. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, hearing none, is the applicant, the developer here, would like to make any comments? Don't have to, but don't be shy. Okay, all right. Now we have the opportunity for any public comments. Does anyone in the public want to make any comments on this? All right, hearing now none, I'm going to close the public hearing at this time, and we will proceed to consider whether to approve this or recommend approval of this or not. And if you look at page 4 of your packet, the guidelines for consideration are there. I'm not going to read those, but I will ask for a motion after, in consideration of those guidelines for consideration, I'll ask for a motion to classify this as a major subdivision development.
I'll make the motion to classify this as a major subdivision. I believe the bullet points checked for the guidelines of consideration have all been addressed within the packet.
I'll second it.
Second?
Second.
All right. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion on that motion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Motion carries. Now, I would entertain a motion to approve or deny the major subdivision development with or without conditions. And if you want to know the conditions that are proposed, they're contained in the resolution, which is at attachment J of your packet. There are several of them. $12 with subdivisions or subsections.
I'd make a motion to approve the major subdivision with the conditions set forth in the resolution.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the major subdivision development with the conditions as set forth in Resolution 26-02, which is at attachment J of your packet. All those in favor, or any further discussion?
As far as the drainage, I know that area through there is always, water through there, so I got to look at the details as far as the drainage plan, water detention.
Is that
Yeah, you said underground detention tanks, correct?
Yes, so there is an existing ditch along the back of the subdivision at the bottom of the hill that directs water runoff from the hill to an existing pipe across the property line of the Greg Klein property. And then the rest of the subdivision runoff is planned to be detained under the street in underwater, or underground stormwater detention system.
I guess Lee's looked at all that.
Lee has, yes, he's reviewed all of that, and we did have his approval
As
letter.
you go out of town, all that area past the old drag strip, which is always underwater.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
You're not that far from the river. Thanks, they didn't get the ditch to the river enough or something, somewhere along the line over the years.
Right.
And the drainage, correct me if I'm wrong, the drainage is reflected in the preliminary plat. And one of the conditions, condition number 3, would require that not only drainage system, but any open spaces, easements, rights of way, et cetera, be constructed in accordance with, or as shown on the preliminary plat, correct?
Yes, as a part of the resolution, they are agreeing to construct everything as it was designed and submitted and approved.
Does that help?
I mean, yeah, I just want to make sure we get a lot of water.
Yeah.
The problem we have, the biggest problem we have in Putnam County is the water. Only when it rains hard and there's floods,
Which we've seen.
like last night.
Yeah, exactly. Any other discussion? All right. Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, which would also approve the resolution, say so by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Motion carries. That takes care of item number 1 on the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Resolution 2026-03, which is a zoning amendment application.
Good
At this
evening.
time, before you get started,
Sure.
I'd ask again for anyone who might have a conflict with this to disclose it. And hearing none, please go ahead.
All right. Good evening. Before you guys this evening, we have a request submitted by W. Tim Hazlett for a zoning map amendment involving tax map 213 parcel 3, which is located at 477 Mize Road in Hurricane. The applicant is requesting that the property be rezoned from an R1 single-family residential to C1 suburban commercial. The subject property contains approximately 13.325 acres. The Planning Commission is asked to consider whether the proposed amendment promotes the public health, safety, convenience, morals, and general welfare, and whether the request is consistent with the adopted planning documents of the county. If you guys will refer to Attachment A, it is the applicable section of the Putnam County Comprehensive Plan 2024, outlining goals for coordinated growth and development throughout the county. Attachment B is the applicable section of the US 35 Corridor Management Plan, which addresses land use patterns, roadway preservation, protection of public investment, and economic sustainability. Attachment C contains the relevant section of the Tays Valley Land Use Plan, which regards the land use compatibility, development opportunities, and administration within the planning area. The applicable authority for this request is established under West Virginia State Code, Sections 8A 7 through 8 and 8A 7-9, as well as Article 2000 of the Putnam County Zoning Ordinance, which governs zoning amendments, notice requirements, public hearings, and Planning Commission recommendations. Attachments D and E contain the purpose and intent sections for the existing R1 single-family residential district and the proposed C1 suburban commercial district. Turning to the timeline and facts of the summary, Attachment F contains the recorded deed showing that W. Tim Hazlett purchased the subject property on July 13th, 2013, Attachment G contains a survey plat of the property as well. The subject property is currently vacant, and they are in the process of obtaining a development permit for excavation through our office, the Office of Planning and Infrastructure. The applicant also owns the adjoining tax map 213 parcel 6, which, if the rezoning request is approved, the applicant is able to merge those parcels. On April 16, 2026, the applicant submitted a formal zoning amendment application requesting that the property be rezoned from R1 single-family residential to C1 suburban commercial. The application and disclosure statement are Attachment H. Attachment I contains the current zoning map. Immediately adjacent parcels identified as tax map 213, parcels 2 and 3.1 are both zoned R1 and are currently utilized by Putnam Public Service District. And approximately 600 feet of tax map 203, parcel 28, right off of Mize Road is zoned C1 suburban commercial. The remaining portion of that parcel to the west is zoned C1 suburban commercial. Or no, yes, it's R2, mixed residential, my bad. Properties to the southeast are zoned R1 and are improved with single-family dwellings. Additional properties east of Route 34 are zoned C1 and contain a mixture of commercial and residential uses as well. Attachment J contains photographs of the subject property and surrounding areas. And this property is accessed by way of Mize Road, a 30-foot wide gravel right-of-way extending to Route 34. Water and sewer services are provided by Putnam Public Service District, and this particular property is not located within FEMA's mapped 100-year floodplain. So along with our procedural requirements, public notices were mailed to abutting landowners on April 28th, 2026. A Class 1 legal advertisement was published in the Hurricane Breeze on April 30th, 2026, and a public hearing sign was posted on the property on May 11th, 2026. And as of this evening, we have received no public comments. The summary notes the applicable West Virginia law regarding spot zoning and emphasizes the zoning decisions must be evaluated in relation to surrounding land use patterns and the county's comprehensive planning process. The request must also be considered based upon a full range of uses permitted within the requested C1 district classification rather than any single proposed use. This matter is now before the Planning Commission for public hearing, discussion, and recommendation to the Putnam County Commission. And based on the evidence and testimony presented this evening, the Planning Commission may decide to table the matter, recommend approval, or recommend denial of this request. This particular request will go to the County Commission on July 28th, and I am available for any questions that you may have.
Any questions for staff? Hearing none. Thank you very much. This is your first one?
Yeah,
Nice job.
thanks. I'm a nervous wreck, but we're doing it.
All right. Is the applicant present? If you want to make some comments? Come on up to the mic, yeah, if you would, come on up and give us your address and then give us your comment.
Hi, my name's Mary Hazlett. I am here on behalf of my grandfather, Tim. My address is actually in Huntington, if you would like that.
That's okay.
Okay. I can answer any questions that you all have to the best of my ability. Right now, we're just planning on, we currently have a shop lot on Tays Valley Road, 3707 Tays Valley Road, for Hazlett Construction. And the plan right now is to take the existing shop and move it up to the Mize Road property to give us more space and expand the company.
Hey, I might have a question. But staff clarified the 10-213 3.1 213-2, which are in yellow, those are already commercial?
Let me pull up that map.
Putnam PSD and Tays Valley PSD?
Yes.
No. The
Or do I have it reversed? The
213 3.1 is an R1.
Okay, even though that's owned by Putnam PSD?
Correct.
Tays Valley, okay. I have it
Everything in
reversed.
yellow is R1.
Pink is the commercial, okay.
Correct.
Gotcha. Thank you. So that's just what I wanted to clarify,
It's all good.
that even though those properties are R1, they're owned by Tays Valley PSD and Putnam PSD.
Yes.
Okay. That's the only question I had. Anybody have any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Any public comments? All right. Hearing none, we'll move, I'll go ahead and close the hearing, and we'll move into the consideration phase. You should have the worksheet in front of you. That it contains the criteria we have to consider and the questions we have to answer, including relevant facts, before we can vote whether to recommend or not recommend approval. Sure.
Silliness.
Yes.
I've always been told that county, you gotta have a 40-foot right of way.
I'm not sure if that would be
I've
legal.
been through this before.
Yeah.
The city allows a 30-foot right of way for residential and commercial, but I've always been told that the county requires a 40-foot right of way. I'm not sure.
So, if it's a state of the county route, then we'll get into the right-of-way width. I think what you're probably referencing is a 40-foot right-of-way is required for the subregs if you're going to create new parcels.
And it's just, we've been there a long time. Gotcha. I was curious.
So this is not, it wouldn't be required because this is an existing parcel, not creating a new parcel.
Right.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions? Any other questions before we get started? All right. The first criteria is whether the proposed amendment protects and promotes the public health, safety, convenience, morals, and general welfare. I would welcome any comments and answer that question, yes or no.
I would say that it does. We're definitely on the convenience side, so I would say absolutely true.
I understand that if they move it from where they are, it's likely to create some developable space right there in the valley. More happening right there, right over there, and the ability for those guys to experience the new Johnny experience. So I think that's what it is.
Any other comments? So is it fair to say that we agree that as to criteria number one, the answer is yes? Anybody opposed to that? All right. The second criteria we have to consider is whether the amendment is consistent in achieving the objectives of the adopted comprehensive plan, US 35 Corridor Management Plan, and the Tays Valley Land Use Plan. Again, I'll welcome any comments.
Again, if that promotes the use, who knows what we'll get out of that, it's a nice piece over on City Hall Drive.
People in the apartments and that would be glad to see you show out there.
Yeah. Any other comments? And I take it from the comments that the general feeling is that the answer to this criteria is yes. All right. Anybody opposed to that? All right. That concludes what we have to go through. We don't have to move on to the next criteria because the answer to number two was yes. So I would, at this point, entertain a motion to approve the application for the rezoning application.
I'll make that motion.
For recommend approval to the county commission.
I'll make that a motion to approve it to the Putnam County Commission for approval.
Is there a second? Second. All right, it's been moved and seconded that we recommend approval of this application to the county commission. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item is staff report. Well, you're welcome to stay. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody. Good evening. Do a quick staff report here through the month of April. In April, we had 24 permit approvals. And so so far through the 2026 calendar year, we have averaged 29 permit approvals per month. This is on your, this is file number
5.
Okay. Yeah, on your iPads, if you want to follow along. Sorry about that.
File 5.
Okay. On the next page, you'll see that we had 12 plat approvals in April. So far, we've averaged 10 plat approvals per month since January 2026. You'll see on the next page, so far through the the 25-26 fiscal year through the first 10 months, we are 13% below budget relative to our expenditures. Our fiscal year revenues, our 25-26 fiscal year revenues through 10 months, we are 79%, excuse me, 79% ahead of our 10-year monthly average per deposit, but we are 9% below our monthly deposit in the 24-25 fiscal year, which was a record fiscal year, by the way. So far, the calendar year revenues through the first 4 months, we are 125% over our last 10-year average for our monthly deposit average. We're 73% above where we were this time last year as far as our monthly deposit is involved. And on the next page, you will see the permit status report for the month of April. And if you have any questions, we'll be glad to answer that.
Anybody have any questions on the permit status?
On the permit status, I see that we have a Texas Roadhouse restaurant pending. Yes, sir. Let's see, which, I don't know where we're talking about. I don't see it on the list here.
Hey, Donald, a couple months ago when we did that plat over at the hotel, right above
Oh,
Liberty
there it
Square,
is.
above
Okay.
Home Depot, that was, I believe, where the
Yes.
idea of Texas Roadhouse going.
Yeah, we're working with the engineer. We're waiting some engineering revisions on that. Whereabouts is that again, Dave?
The hotel right above the Home Depot,
Okay.
Liberty Square.
I'm
There's
with
a parcel right in front.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
And I can tell you that our next meeting is June 25th, and we do have a rezoning request
okay.
on the docket. Any unfinished business? I'm not aware of any. And any new business? Any reason to stay here any longer? I'll make that motion that we adjourn.
Thank you all. We are adjourned.